Assalamualaikum Dr. Tasha. My name is Irdina binti Muhammad Rizal, and today I will be presenting my proposed research title, which is Towards Project Success, the role of leadership in construction risk management. This presentation will briefly cover the background of the study, the problem statement, research aim and objectives, and finally the research methodology. To begin, this presentation is structured into 5 main sections. First, the proposed research background. Second, the problem statement. Third, the research aim. Fourth, the research objective. And lastly, the research methodology adopted for the study. For the proposed research, the construction industry in Malaysia has long been associated with complex risks due to factors such as project size, multiple stakeholders, and uncertain site conditions. Despite the availability of well-established risk management standards such as PMBOK and also ISO 21000, many construction projects continue to face delays, cost overruns, and quality issues. Previous studies suggest that these challenges are not primarily caused by a lack of tools or systems, but rather a human and leadership-related factors, including weak coordination, poor communication, and inconsistent decision-making. However, there is still limited empirical research that directly examines how leadership behavior influences the effectiveness of risk management practices within the Malaysian construction context. This gap forms the foundation of my proposed research. Moving on to the problem statement, although construction risk management practices in Malaysia have evolved, their implementation remains largely compliance-driven and documentation-focused rather than being fully integrated into their daily project decision-making. While FURI 2022 highlights that ineffective leadership, poor engagement among project teams, and fragmented coordination significantly weaken risk management performance. Yet, much of the current research focuses either on technical risk frameworks or general leadership performance without specifically examining how leadership behaviors shape risk culture and risk response on construction projects. As a result, many projects continue to underperform due to the lack of a human-centered and leadership-integrated approach to construction risk management. This indicates a clear research gap that this study aims to address. Now, based on the identified problem, the aim of this study is to examine how leadership traits influence the development of a strong risk culture and also risk behavior on our construction sites and within office environments in Malaysian construction projects. Now, with the objective of improving overall project performance through more effective risk management practices. For the research objective, to achieve this aim, 2 research objectives have been developed. For the first one, objective is to examine how the alignment of leadership strategies can help minimize project delays and cost overruns in construction projects. Second, objective is to explore a leadership framework that enhances human-centered risk management practices within construction projects. Now together, these objectives are designed to provide a structured understanding of how leadership directly contributes to improved risk management outcomes. In terms of methodology, this study adopts a qualitative research approach. This approach is chosen because leadership behavior, risk perception, and risk culture are social and behavioral constructs that cannot be fully explained through numerical data alone, while quantitative studies can identify correlations because they do not sufficiently explain how and why leadership influences risk management in real project environments. Therefore, qualitative methods are more suitable for capturing in-depth insights into leadership decision-making and risk-related behaviors within construction projects. Now, we will go through the estimated population size, which consists of construction professionals in Penang who hold decision-making or supervisory roles and are directly involved in managing project risks. This includes project managers, construction managers, site managers, engineers, developers, architects, and also contractors. According to CIDB records, there are approximately 105 G7 contractors operating in Penang, alongside several ongoing infrastructure projects approved by federal government. This study applies purposive sampling, where participants are selected based on their experience and direct involvement in leadership and risk coordination. Data will be collected through in-depth interviews and analyzed using thematic analysis to identify recurring patterns related to leadership behavior, risk culture, and decision-making processes with a minimum of 6 respondents. This method allows the research to capture contextual and practical insights from industry professionals rather than producing generalized statistical claims. This supported by Nickman Lee and others, 2001, where the data collection from 6 respondents obtained from the interview was saturated as the responses and the statements are almost identical. The emphasis of this study is on the understanding rather than quantity of responses to ensure meaningful and credible findings. In conclusion, this aims to bridge the gap between leadership theory and construction risk management practice in Malaysia. By focusing on leadership behavior and its influence on risk culture, the findings are expected to contribute both academically and practically, particularly in improving project performance and risk management effectiveness within the Malaysian construction industry. Thank you.